Welcome back to the Aldo Sweet Road to the Show here on MLB The Show 16. This is episode 24 of the series. As you can see, we have moved back to shortstop, as the Tampa Bay Rays don't exactly have the best shortstop in Eduardo Escobar, and they have Logan Forsythe at second, so we decided to switch over back to shortstop, and here we are in a game against the Minnesota Twins in the top half of the first, I believe that is, as Aldo is going to take this one to left center field. That's going to be over the wall. That's a solo shot. Oppo Popo for Aldo Sweet. And now he'll come up later on in the game, this time in the field. Runner on second, nobody out. Ground ball to his right. Backhands it, and he's got the arm strength to get it over to first and retire Miguel Sano, who's not exactly the fleetest of foot, but he still has the arm to get it there. So 1 for 2 so far in the day here with a home run back in the first. As Aldo digs in with nobody on, 2 outs, a full count. And he's taking this one into left center. It's going to bloop in front of the left fielder as Aldo has himself a nice little base knock because he has a multi-hit game, a home run, and a single. So now he comes up later on here in the field. Ground ball to Aldo, flip to second, Forsythe over to first, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. And now Aldo finishes the game 2 for 5 with 2 runs, a home run, he had a single, and the Rays win the game 8-6 over the Minnesota Twins. So now let's move on to a series at home against the Toronto Blue Jays, down 3-0 here with a runner on first. 3-0 count to Aldo. Here comes the pitch, 4-pitch walk. He'll take that one, toss his bat over towards the dugout, and he's got himself a base on balls. So now comes up later on, 0 for 1 with a walk earlier on. Runner on second and third, 2 outs, 1-1 count, as Aldo is going to take this one into right field. It's off the wall, the bottom of the wall. Skips over to the center fielder. Aldo's going to hold up at second base with a bases-clearing double. So the 2 RBI double for Aldo Sweet comes up later on. 1 for 2 so far with a double. Toronto up 9-8 in a high-scoring game. Nobody on. As Aldo's getting plunked, looks to be like right in the upper chest area. Or upper chest area. The chest is the upper area. The upper torso area, I should say. So Aldo goes 1 for 2. Rays win 10-9 over the Blue Jays. And now, as you can see, we have crossed over into the next month. As you can see, Aldo did not exactly have the best of last month. He only hit 190, but he's looking to improve upon that here. So as we're playing against the Baltimore Orioles with a runner on second, 3-1 count. The pitch, taken, low. That's a walk, so he'll take his base. And then comes up later on, 0 for 1 with a walk back in the first. Comes up here in the bottom half of the fifth, runner on first, 2 outs. 1-0 count, 2-2 tie game. And Aldo's taking this one to left field. It's got a chance. It's over the fence. Sweet like candy. Aldo Sweet with a 2-run shot. As he'll trot around those bases. And the Rays are now up 6-3 later on. Here is Aldo's in the field. Ranges over to his right. Backhands it in the gap and gets it over to first base in time. Retires the runner with a great defensive play there in the field. So 6-3 still in the lead here. Full count. Nobody out, nobody on. And Aldo's taking that changeup down and away for ball 4. So he draws yet another walk. And Aldo ends up going 1 for 2 on the day with a home run. And Aldo's Rays win over the Orioles by a score of 6-3. So now moving things on to another game against the Orioles. Down 2-0 here to Baltimore. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Nobody on, nobody out. Full counts. Here comes the pitch as Sweet's taking this one into right field for a single. Lands in front of the right fielder. So he's got himself a base knock. And now comes up later on, 1 for 3 with a single earlier on in the game. Runner on second now in the bottom half of the 8th. 3-1 counts. And Darren O'Day is going to walk him. The little submariner comes in as the relief pitcher. And he's going to walk Aldo. So now in the field, ground ball to Aldo. He's going to charge this one on the run. Fires over to first, retires the runner. Solid play by Sweet there in the field. As Aldo ends up going 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Also a walk, but Baltimore wins the game by a score of 4-2. So here we are in another game against the Baltimore Orioles. The 3rd game of a 3-game series. So runner on first. 3-0 count. 1 outs, down 3-0. And Aldo's taking this one into left center field as that's going to hit off the bottom of the wall. Runner from first is going to head home and score. Aldo's trying to turn it into a triple, but he just can't quite get there. He's gunned down at third. He does get a credit for an RBI double, though. So he comes up later on, 1 for 3 with a double. Down 6-2 here, runner on first. as Aldo's going to take this one sky high into left center field. It's back. Both outfielders give chase, and they're going to watch that one fly. Aldo's sweet 2-run shot. That's his 3rd RBI of the game, as he ends up going with 2 for 4 with a home run, a double, and the Rays win this game by a score of 7-6. So as you can see here, we're wearing the throwbacks, but I accidentally selected the actual home bottoms. So we've got the stirrups with the stripes on them, like the current Rays, but we've got like the tops of the old Devil Rays. You can see we're hitting against our former team there. Pick up a single. Nothing else going on in that series. 1 for 5 on the day. Cleveland wins 12-5. So now let's move on to a series against the New York Yankees here in the Bronx. As Aldo comes up here in the first inning, 1-1 count, 2 outs facing Big Mike. As Aldo Sweet is taking this one upper tank in right field in that second deck. Aldo Sweet taking advantage of that short porch in right field. No doubt home run off Big Mike, as that would be the only thing Aldo does that day. However, he goes 1 for 4. Yankees come away with the victory 9-3 over the Rays. So now let's move things on to another game against the Yankees. Here in the top half of the 6th, runner on third, 2 outs, 0-1 count to Aldo. Here comes the pitch, as he's taking this one to left center field. That one has a chance. Gardner goes back. He tries to leap for it, but it hits off the fence. So Aldo's going to hustle on into third base, avoid the tag on the slide, but the throw's there late anyway, so he has an RBI triple. Aldo ends up going 1 for 3 on that day. Rays drop this game yet again, 11-3 to the Yankees. And that's going to wrap things up here for episode 24 of the Aldo Sweet Road to the Shows. We're leaving things off here on June 12th. The Rays are currently sitting at first place in the AL East at 38-27, or tied for first place with the Blue Jays, who are entering a series with. And Aldo Sweet is still the best overall player in the organization, currently hitting .223 with 9 home runs, 32 RBI, 27 runs, 5 stolen bases, in 224 at-bats. So with that being said, it's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Aldo Sweet Road to the Show. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.